Hello. Well, it's that time for camping again. Lovely day, 18 degrees at the moment. But it's still early, it's going to be a bit chilly tonight, but beautiful at the moment. Just walking a different route into the woodland because I've parked in a different location to normal. And tonight's setup will be Mil-Tec. I did a poll on YouTube and the Mil-Tec Bivy came out on top for usage for this weekend. Very close run thing with the Dutch Army though, so I'll use Dutch Army next time. But yeah, Mil-Tec Bivy bag, and I've got no tarp with me. I'm going to use the Mil-Tec poncho as top cover. We'll see how that works out. I'll see you when we get to camp. Right, I've chosen my spot, and as I'm sure you're aware, the ponchos actually aren't very big even when they're opened out. I have used one over a hammock before in a diamond formation, and it was just big enough. What I want to do is a plough point of sorts because it's a useful, easy shape. But if I plough point it normally, it's going to be too small. So I'm going to try and plough point it sort of floating. Now I've never tried this. It's all up here. It makes sense in my head. We'll see if it actually works. Yes, as you can see, today I am using one of the world's worst camos. But hey, it's what I've got. Filming's a little bit difficult with that bright sun and still fairly low, so apologies if the colour's a bit funny, but that is what I've come up with. So as you can see, it's only little, and if I put it down as a standard plough point and put my feet right in the back corner, the head would still be sticking out the other end. So I've got it tied up with a sort of a ridge line underneath it, going from sort of shoulder high on the tree right down to a fixing point on the floor well behind me. So the front end is about 4.5 feet off the floor, back end's probably only a couple of feet off the floor, and just guy lines out the sides. So I've got the headroom, got the width and coverage that I can get the bivy bag under there and my rucksack under there if it was to turn wet. No rain forecast, but hey, we're on the coast. You never know. We only need the wind to change and everything goes wrong. So you always have to have this sort of like backup plan in mind. Now a lot of people are not sure about using the ponchos because of the head hole, of course. But you can seal them up quite easy. Lots of different methods. Some people put a stone in them or something like that and roll it up. All I've done is literally rolled it up upon itself, made a ball, and then this is the closure that's normally in front of you. I've put the ball through the closure and then just tightened it on the top. No hole, nothing's going to come in there. I've done that before now, using it over the hammock in rain, and it hasn't been an issue. It certainly should be fine for tonight. Also, with this steep angle we've got here, any water that did land on it, it's going to run off pretty quick anyway. Right, setup complete. Mil-Tec bivy bag. I've got the down Euro hike bag in. That should be plenty warm enough for tonight. In conjunction with this, always reckon that a bivy bag probably adds a season, so that should be fine with that. I've got my cheapo pillow, although it looks like my Decathlon one, my favourite pillow, but sadly it got a puncture and died on me. Yay. So I've tucked my cheap pillow inside the Decathlon case because it's got like memory foam bit in there as well, makes it a bit more comfortable. So that's all in there. We're all set up. Should be good, I hope.
A few more minutes, that should be done. Is that on film?
I had press play, but yeah.
His intro music.
Right. So there we go. Sometimes keeping it simple is the best approach. Sausages in a nice big bun that I'd already buttered. I've got some brown sauce in there as well. Perfect.
I do love a good fire. Yeah.
Well, we haven't done much filming tonight because there's been a lot of interesting chatter around the fire, shall we say. And I dare say, if I put it on YouTube, I'd get blocked.
And I've eaten lots of chocolate.
And Mark's eaten lots of caffeine-laden chocolate.
Lots of chocolate. It's really good chocolate. You should try it. It's German chocolate. It's German marching chocolate. It's great.
Mark's buzzing off his tits, collecting firewood. And that about sort of sums up how the camp's been this evening. Oh, and we do have a guest, but it's a secret guest, so he's not on film. But that's partly why there's been a lot of silly chatter, because we haven't seen each other for a while and we're catching up. So yeah, cheers for the lack of filming. I'm sorry. It's just the way it is. Right, well, it's been a good evening. It's just coming up for midnight. Many beers, much silly chatter, and yeah, proper good round the campfire evening. Time for bed. I'll see you in the morning. I need a wee. Bugger. Morning. Well, had a good sleep. Not a particularly long one. It was about midnight when we went to bed, and I think I woke up about 6 o'clock. So 6 hours, yeah, do. 6 hours continuous is all right. Had some coffee, almost awake now, and then I'll think about doing some packing. Oh, I'm just in the middle of the rhododendrons. I'm only about 30 or 40 feet from camp. It's nice and sheltered in here. The stream's behind me. Probably can't see very well on this camera, but it's a nice little sheltered spot. I'll make my way back and do a bit of packing. I'll just change cameras and have a quick pan round here to show you. So that's the campsite just through there. This is down in amongst the rhododendrons. We've got the little stream at the bottom there, although it's not got a lot of water in it. It's more of a muddy ditch, but you can get water out of it. Very thick looking across over into the other side of the valley there. But it's a nice little spot to get tucked away if the weather was bad. Not the only one that uses it. How well that'll show. Disturbance there. That's where the deer come through. It's one of their little travelling routes through here. Looking up that way, that little entrance there, that's where the deer come through, and it's also the access in and out of our camp spot. But it's quite thick in here, especially, you know, a bit later on in the year when everything greens up. Makes it sort of quite dark in here, but good place to get out of the weather. Right, back to camp, do some tidying up. A lot of people say about the Mil-Tec bag not breathing. Okay, it's not the most breathable thing in the world, but no condensation. Slightly sort of damp to the touch, but no big deal. Can live with that. Okay, that's all packed up, ground's tidy, no real sign that we've been here. Ram the stuff back in the bag, and it's time to walk out. If you made it this far to the end of the video, thank you for watching all of it. I know most people don't. Thanks guys, I'll see you soon.